Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 7 of Drams Delivered. We're very excited about this episode because we have some spectacular whisky that we're able to share with you, and Matt's going to tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, very, very excited about this episode. We have been very lucky to get our hands on Daftmill. Some of you whisky fans might have heard of Daftmill before, and as the idea of the club is, we always try to introduce new whiskies to you as well. And I think Daftmill itself is a brilliant, brilliant story that we definitely get very excited about.
Yes, definitely.
It started back in 2003. They're based in Fife in the Lowlands, and they put in some planning to convert some farmsteadings into a distillery. It took about 2004, 2005 to get it going, and their first spirit ran just before or just after, I can't quite remember, St Andrew's Day in 2005. What makes Daftmill so special? Why do we get so excited about it? I think the seasonality and single farm estate. So we'll maybe talk you through both those. So
yeah,
you pick one of them and I'll do the other.
So let's talk a little bit about seasonality in whisky. Traditionally, whisky is an agricultural product, really. It's a byproduct of farming. If you had leftover barley, that would be turned into whisky because it keeps better and it's a better store of value, really. So whisky making was based around the farming calendar. So there would be a lull in how busy the farm was in the middle of summer, say in sort of June, July, and there'd be another lull in the winter time when things were really quiet and there wasn't much other work going on. So that's really what Daftmill do. They only produce during these times because they are a working farm. And it's only in these times that they're able to make whisky. So because of that, their output is exceptionally low for a distillery. It's about 100 casks a year, which is, nothing really. Which again ties into why we're so lucky to be able to bring this to you and to try this dram. But yeah, it's really a sort of example of how whisky making used to be, which I think is really amazing.
Sorry, I was getting a bit excited there. I think we need to open it.
I think it might be time to try this. We have been trying to put this off for so long.
Yeah.
But now is the time.
Now is the time.
We're finally going to give it a try. Ready for the pop?
Yeah. Actually, this is going to be good. Ready?
Oh,
good
that
one.
was a good one.
That was a good one. That was a good one. Right, dram for you.
Thank you very much, sir.
And dram for me. So the other thing we were talking about there, single farm estate. So I think a single malt is quite a common term. So the word single means everything comes from one distillery. Malt, everything is made with malted barley. This is single farm estate, which is a term you won't see on any other bottle. What it basically means is that everything in that bottle comes from one single farm. So the bigger distilleries, they produce hundreds of thousands of litres, if not millions of litres, most of them do. So there's no way the farm beside the distillery can produce enough barley to meet the needs. However, Daftmill, as John was explaining, runs seasonally. So they grow their own barley, everything is done on site. When they were building the distillery, they got their stills from Forsyths, but everything else was kind of sourced around the local area. So yeah, we love Daftmill. I think we should have a try and then maybe talk a bit about their inaugural release and maybe Francis himself as well. So let's give it a go. It smells lovely. So 46%. Goes without saying, natural colour, no chill filtration or anything like that going on at Daftmill. Super fresh, yeah?
Fresh, light, vanilla, creme brulee. Yeah, just lovely. So one of the bigger releases that Daftmill have put out, it's a limited edition of 6,000 bottles, which for Daftmill is pretty big. You'll quite often see single casks of Daftmill. And this is the Winter Batch Release from 2008.
I think you can taste the quality of that spirit. It is lovely.
For 46%,
yeah,
it's incredibly smooth.
Yeah, really, really happy with that. Yeah. That is good.
Yeah.
We normally offer the bottles on our shops after. Unfortunately, we can't do it with this one. We were lucky enough to get some bottles to give to you guys, but we just had enough for you guys and that was it. So keep an eye out for it if you do like it, but it is very, very hard to come by.
Like hen's teeth really
and
are easier to come by.
Yeah, totally. The reason for that is because it is such a unique distillery. It is unfortunately, I would say, become very, very collectible. Francis, who's the farmer and master distiller, he waited 12 years before he released a whiskey. So set up in 2000, his inaugural was distilled in 2005, and it was released in 2017.
2017, I think it was.
I think it was about a couple of £100 a bottle. Now, if you're looking for an inaugural 12-year-old Daftmill, you'll need the best part of £2,500.
Yeah. And I think that kind of sums up as well the real quality aspect of what Daftmill is all about. Most distilleries will put out whiskey when it's 3 years old because they need cash. They need to keep the cash coming in and people paid. But with Daftmill, because they're not really under that pressure, they were able to wait for 12 years before actually putting out any whiskey. 12 years with no money coming in from the distillery, whiskey just waiting there. But the whole thing is, it's based around quality rather than anything else. That's what they're all about. So
the thing that I think is frustrating for Francis and Daftmill in general is that they did wait that long because they wanted to put something out that was really good. And then to see it being put on auction sites and collected is not the point of Daftmill. You don't work that hard and wait that long to sit and look at it. So they love to see whiskey being drunk. So it's always a pleasure to try Daftmill, but Francis himself is very humble about the liquid. I think I met him once. First time I met him was at a whiskey festival in Edinburgh, and he very kindly, it was the first time we met. I didn't really know we were in whiskey at all, and he let me try the inaugural. And if I was him and waited 12 years, I'd be very excited and telling people all about it. I think he was like, it's all right, innit? It's all right. He's just super humble. To him, it's whiskey that he works super hard for, cares about, but at the end of the day, wants it to be drunk. So
which is why it's amazing that we can share it all with you and can actually raise a toast. So
cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers, cheers. So new glasses, I don't know if you've noticed. We've got these from our friend Denver and Lily, which are lovely to drink the whiskey from. You can move it really nicely. They smell great, and it's a very nice glass to have a Daftmill from. So I'm feeling very lucky today.
Yeah, it's absolutely lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if there's much more to say, but I just take your time with it, enjoy it. Have you got anything else to add on Daftmill?
I think it's absolutely lovely. That's probably the only really...
The only disappointing thing
thing
about this episode, John, is that we're now going to be fighting over the members when bottles come out. We maybe shouldn't have told them about it. Keep it to ourselves. But no, I think that's the thing, isn't it? Whiskey's there to be shared. So
what's the point of buying a bottle and it's sitting there and no one actually trying it and talking about it?
If they do get bottles, though, they could reuse the sample bottles and send them back.
It would always be appreciated, because it is all about sharing. So if anyone does get any, then you know where to send it.
Recycled bottles, you go up on our, you'd be top of the list. But on that note, I think we'll end the episode, let you guys enjoy Daftmill.
Let us know what you think.
Let us know what you think, absolutely.
Drop us a comment, drop us an email. We'd love to know what you think about the distillery, about the liquid. Just get in touch.
Great.
So, cheers.
Cheers.